Hey, it is Troy Stavros and welcome to the Knoxville Real Estate Update. In this video, we're going to dive into the latest trends and insights that are shaping the housing market here in beautiful East Tennessee. Let's jump in and take a look and see what is happening. Okay. First thing that we're going to look at is the East Tennessee market update. This is what is happening in all of East Tennessee, everything that is included in our MLS, which would be Knoxville and all of the surrounding counties. And we are comparing month over month. We're comparing June of 2022 to the current June of 2023, all the data that we have received through the end of last month. So, home sales are down 22.7%. Pending sales are down 5.4%. The inventory of homes is up 1.2% compared to a year ago. New listings are down 22.9% compared to a year ago. The median sales price is up 7.36% compared to a year ago and is up compared to last month. Last month we came in at $335,000 as the median sales price, and this month we came in at $350,000 for the entire East Tennessee market. The absorption rate increased to 2.05 months worth of inventory, a little tick up from 1.93 months. So we just have just over 2 months worth of inventory in all of East Tennessee, still very close to historical lows, very low inventory, which is keeping prices rising in East Tennessee. Let's take a quick look at the graphs here and take a look at what is happening. If we're looking at the number of listings here, we can see that we had considerably more inventory at the beginning of the year, and that it has gone down, and then kind of leveled off through May, and then ticked up a little bit this past month in June. So seeing a little bit more inventory. And then we're going to talk a little bit more about the sales and how those correlate with what's happening with mortgage rates. But you can see that home sales are bouncing around as far as the number of sales that we're having, but we're going to talk a little bit more about that later. When we look over here on the right, the listing prices, active median list price is continuing to rise. It had been rising for the last 3 or 4 months and then leveled off a little bit here over the last month. And new median listing prices are continuing to rise as well. So when we look to the future and what the future holds for prices, it's always good to look at the new median list price, because that is what people are currently listing their homes at now. So if that price is rising, that's telling us that people are seeing that those homes that have sold in front of them have sold for a good price, so they are comfortable listing their home for a price that is higher. So that if that number is going up, that's telling you where the market is headed. When we look at the pending median list price, we can take these others off, and you can see that that is rising as well. Kind of leveled off a little bit here in the last few months, but overall prices in East Tennessee are continuing to move upward. When we look at the absorption rate, we saw that earlier in the year it was rising, and then it kind of fell off a cliff. We lost a bunch of inventory, but now we are working our way back up and gaining more inventory. As far as the sold to list ratio, we saw a lot more homes that were having negotiation happening earlier in the year, and then we saw a big dip here in January, and then since then things have been moving up, and there has been less negotiation happening and people paying closer to list price since then. So that is what is happening as far as days on the market. We are seeing those go down in all of East Tennessee. Through the end of June, the average days on the market was just over a month at 31 days, but we are seeing homes that are in popular areas that are good homes selling very, very quickly still, and many with competition. Okay. let's take a look at Knoxville. So Knoxville is everything that has a Knoxville, Tennessee address. The home sales in Knoxville are down 21.1% compared to a year ago. Pending sales are down 14.3% compared to a year ago. Inventory of homes is down 11.5%, so there is 11.5% less homes available for sale today or through the end of June compared to last year. New listings are down 22.5%. The median sales price in the Knoxville area is up 12.68% compared to a year ago and coming in at $400,000. That is up $10,000 from last month, where we came in at $390,000 as the median sales price. So this month we are coming in at $400,000 for the median list price in Knoxville. And the average sold price per square foot in Knoxville is coming in at $207 a square foot. The absorption rate, which tells us the inventory, is up slightly to 1.04 months worth of inventory. That's up from under a month's worth of inventory. And again, 1 month's worth of inventory is very, very, very low. And when inventory is low, meaning supply is low and there is still demand, that means it is going to cause prices to continue rising, and that is what we are seeing. I'm going to take a look here at some more graphics in regard to Knoxville. So when we look at this here, this main graphic right here is called the Market Action Index. What this tells us is if we're in a buyer's market or if we're in a seller's market. So this is looking at Knoxville, Tennessee on today, Monday, July 10th, and what is happening in the market right now. You can see that we are at well into a seller's market. We are in a strong seller's market. On the Market Action Index, a number of 30, around 30 is a balanced market. Below 30 in that 20 range is more of a buyer's market. Above 30 is a seller's market, and we are in Knoxville right now coming in at a 60 as far as the Market Action Index. So we are in a strong seller's market. It does say the market has started cooling and prices have been flat for several weeks. Since we're in the seller's zone, we need to watch for changes and see if things continue to climb up. And if we do, then we will know what is happening. So it's always important to constantly watch what is happening in the market to see what is happening with prices, where things are heading. But right now we are deep, deep into a seller's market in Knoxville. One thing that is very interesting to look at is we can say that we're in a strong seller's market, but we know homes are all over the board as far as price. So it's good to break those down into different segments. And that's what this does here. If we break this down into market segments, this tells us what each segment is doing. So as far as the median list price, they've all been pretty, I can reset this here, and this shows you over time what has happened to the median list price in the different segments. So for example, if we look down here at the different market segments, the lower segment, which would be the bottom 90-day or this red line, the median sales price in that segment is $251,900. These are typically your smaller homes, averaging 1,260 square feet. Then the second segment up, which would be the lower 90-day segment, average price, median price there is $429,900, right around 2,000 square feet. The upper 90-day, which is the green line, is coming in right around $600,000, $599,900, median of 2,842 square feet. And then the top 90-day segment is your luxury homes, where the median price is around $1 million. So it's interesting here to look over time, looking from 2018 until present day, what has happened to these segments. Obviously, the top 90-day segment saw the biggest shift. Once we came through COVID and we hit February of 2021, this saw a huge shift right here in the luxury market. And that is from a lot of people moving from out of state. A lot of people coming in from the West Coast where homes are very, very, very expensive, come into the Knoxville area where things aren't that expensive, and those luxury homes get bid up, and that market just goes to another level. Now that happened everywhere on all these levels, but significantly happened in the luxury market, where you went from a luxury home, starting around 600 to now, in July of 2021, it jumped up to 900, and now we go to today, and we're at $1 million. But you can see how that happened also in these other segments, where right now, what used to be at the beginning of 2018 a $335,000 home is now a $624,000 home. If we go to the lower 90-day segment here, what was a $231,000 home is now a $436,000 home. And in the lowest segment, what was a $140,000 home is now a $272,000 home. So obviously this speaks to affordability, why it's so tough for a lot of people to afford a home these days in the Knoxville area. That is what has happened to the market since 2018. Quite a big, crazy shift. When we look at some other things, let's look at days on the market, see what's happening there. We don't need to look at this thing. We'll zoom in a little bit here to get an idea what's happening right now. But days on the market had increased through the middle of the year and then has been coming down. So we are seeing days on the market come down in all of the market segments in Knoxville. When we look at price per square foot, again, you can see what has happened to that top tier market and the luxury market. It has gone since the middle of this year, March, April, it has continued to rise. It has leveled off. Most things have leveled off a little bit here within the last month. So we'll have to keep an eye and see where that goes. But everything here, price per square foot, is continuing to rise in the Knoxville area. When we look at properties with a price decrease, this is important to watch because if we're seeing a segment with more price decreases, that means there might be more opportunity in those segments for buyers. Well, right here in Knoxville, we're not seeing many price decreases at all. Obviously, the one with the least amount of price decreases are the lowest priced homes. You can see how they've fallen down here to the bottom. But most of all the segments are kind of clustered down here. Not many price decreases happening, but you're seeing a tick of a few more price decreases happening since the end of June and now into the middle of July in the two lower price points, with the upper price points staying pretty level. And then last thing we'll show the amount of inventory. Obviously, inventory has just fallen over this year and is starting to have a little bit of an upswing on all of the market segments. And then when we look at the market action index, which we talked about earlier, which makes things a buyer's market or a seller's market, the one that is the least amount of a seller's market is the highest price point. So there may be some more deals to be had in the luxury market, but obviously the biggest seller's market are the lowest price homes because there just are so few of those. That is a seller's market. We're up into the almost 90 market action index, which means extreme seller's market. In the lower 90-day, which is that $429,000 home median price, we're in the 80s, also an extreme seller's market. And then the upper 90-day, which brings us in around that $600,000 price range, is coming in at 62, which is also pretty far. We said once you get above 30, you're in a seller's market. So 60 is still pretty deep into a seller's market. But down here, the luxury homes, we're only in the 40. So that's moving closer to becoming a buyer's market. Not there yet, but it is moving closer. Okay, let's take a look at the East Tennessee counties and those in the surrounding area and see what is happening. Roane County, available inventory is coming in 14.8% down. So there's 14.8% less homes for sale this June as there were last June in Roane County. Pending sales are down 11.8%. The median sales price in Roane County is up 11.76% compared to a year ago and coming in at $285,000, with the median price per square foot of homes sold coming in at $163 a square foot in Roane County. In Knox County, available inventory is down 12.7%. Pending sales are down 13.5%. The median sales price in Knox County is up 10.79% compared to a year ago and coming in at $395,000, with the median sold price coming in at $207 per square foot in Knox County. In Anderson County, available inventory is down 7.7%. Pending sales are down 16.2%. The median sales price is up 6.42% in Anderson County and coming in at $290,000. And the median sold price per square foot last month in Anderson County was $186 a square foot. In Loudon County, available inventory is down 8.6%. Pending sales are down 10.1%. The median sales price in Loudon County is up 30.09% compared to last year. There must have been some big sales last month compared to last year that made that number jump so much. And the median sales price in Loudon County through June was coming in at $485,000, with the median price per square foot in Loudon County of sold homes coming in at $232 per square foot. In Sevier County, available inventory is up 17.1%. Pending sales are up 7.1%. And the median sales price in Sevier County is down 17% compared to a year ago. And that's a couple months in a row. We're seeing prices and median sales prices down in Sevier County. So things are definitely moderating in Sevier County. And the median sales price in Sevier County came in at $482,500 last month, with the median sales price of homes sold coming in at $296 a square foot. In Blount County, available inventory is down 12.3%. Pending sales are down 4.6%. The median sales price in Blount County is up 5.56% and coming in at $380,000. So as we look at all of the counties, you can see where there's what is more affordable, what is more expensive. Obviously, Sevier County is the most expensive as far as the counties around. Loudon County, depending on where you are in Loudon County, average, it can be expensive, but we've talked about this in the past that the majority of those expensive sales in Loudon County come from Tellico Village. So if you get outside of Tellico Village into some of the other areas, it becomes more affordable. So don't not look in Loudon County. There are some affordable homes in Loudon County, but obviously when you look at the median sales price of all these counties, Roane County and Anderson County are obviously the most affordable, coming in at $285,000 and $290,000 for the median sales price there. So that is something to keep in mind when you are looking for homes. Okay, so that is what is happening overall in all of these surrounding counties and in Knoxville. I'll be doing some additional videos that break down some other specific areas, so watch for those. But let's just jump into and kind of talk a little bit about what is happening in general as far as a summary with what's happening in the market here. So first, let's talk about apartment rents. Over the past year, Knoxville has seen a remarkable increase of 9.2% in the apartment rents, outpacing the national average of 2.3%. This means that finding a place to rent in Knoxville has become more competitive and prices are on the rise. East Tennessee has experienced a notable increase in housing inventory throughout June. However, the number of homes listed for sale remains approximately 60% lower than pre-pandemic levels. Additionally, the lack of inventory and new listings has intensified competition, especially for homes priced under $400,000. Home sales in Knoxville saw a boost in May, partly due to a temporary decline in mortgage rates the previous month. Buyers in today's market are highly sensitive to mortgage rates, and their fluctuations can impact home sales in the coming months. So we need to keep an eye on what is happening with mortgage rates. In summary, while market activity is somewhat normalized, the housing market in Knoxville is still far from ordinary. High mortgage rates and historically low inventory levels create a dynamic that is unfamiliar territory for many. Although the situation may seem unsustainable, data suggests that these market conditions are likely here to stay. Looking at housing inventory, we observed a modest increase over the past month, which is typical for this time of year. Active listings in June were up around 20% compared to the previous year. However, inventory levels remain well below pre-pandemic averages across all counties in the East Tennessee region. Although most counties experienced month-over-month increases in inventory, the growth was relatively subdued compared to historical trends. Now, let's talk a little bit about mortgage rates. Currently, rates are just over 1 percentage point higher than they were a year ago, resulting in a 20% increase in the required monthly payment for the median priced listing. Let's take a look at mortgage rates and see what is happening. Okay, so if we look at this graph, as of today, we were at 7.12% as far as a 30-year mortgage goes. We got up to 7.22% on the 6th. These higher rates have led many homeowners to hold off on selling their homes and moving, contributing to the low inventory we're seeing in the market. Looking ahead, the outlook for mortgage rates remains uncertain. Despite the Federal Reserve's decision to pause rate hikes in June, there's a possibility that rates will resume their upward trend in the near future. With inflation still above the Fed's target, it's likely that rate increases will be on the horizon. As a result, mortgage rates are expected to hover around the 6.5% to 7% range throughout the summer months. In Knoxville, only a small percentage of homes listed for sale have a lower estimated monthly payment compared to a year ago. This indicates that while home price growth is slowed, it remains positive, and lower monthly payments are limited to a few listings at the top end of the market. So that wraps up our Knoxville Real Estate Report. Stay tuned for more updates on the local housing market. If you found this information valuable, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel and look for future updates. Thanks for watching.